Hey everybody, yes, it is your favorite duo here in Midlothian. I am Mike Hill and this is my partner Casey Harding of Hill Financial Group. We are in whatever episode number. I can never keep up, so I apologize. This is our episode of Money Matters. We're located right here in Midlothian. Casey's born and raised here in Midlothian with the MHS.
Yep.
And
2002.
I got here as fast as I can because Midlothian High School, since my name is Mike Hill, I thought it was cool that MHS is the same initials as Mike Hill School. I'll just say that. So we are here at Union 28. If you can't tell, this is our October series. We're going to do our next 3 podcasts from up here. We're in the Haunted Castle. So no, we're not in a pirate's den or we haven't cleaned up around here. It is really neat up here. I wish we could span the camera around, but they've made it really look haunted up, if you will, for October. So that's your kind of thing. Come by here. Today in our podcast, we're going to talk about something we've gotten a lot of questions on. Investment wise, you have stocks like NVIDIA and GE,
It is the hot topic
Palantir.
Right now.
I mean, you've got all kinds of AI companies out there. So we're not going to talk about investing in AI so much. We're going to talk about AI as a part of your financial plan and financial planning. So hopefully this is something that not a lot of advisors are really talking about. It's my opinion is if you're not keeping up with trends, if you're not educating yourself every day, you can't be afraid to learn, even if it's something that you're unfamiliar with.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm making sure that this is hitting me up here. I just want to, thought somebody was messing with me. So Casey, I'm going to let you go first. Something we talked about is personalized financial plan, something that we're very, very adamant about, something that's dear and near, that every one of our financial plans is catered for that client. It's not a generic that we print off on financialplans.com or whatever. Kind of tell us what the experience of what we're seeing with financial plans and how AI is helping financial plans.
For sure. So the AI or software that we really use primarily for all of our financial planning for our clients it's called eMoney. And so if you are a client, you're familiar with that. But it really allows us to, just get your income, your spending, your, kind of your risk tolerance and get an idea of, what your appetite is for, types of returns that you're looking for and all that kind of stuff. But as we input that and it kind of then runs all the projections and runs the different scenarios that allow us to know tax efficient strategies, investment allocation, retirement income distribution, and how that needs to take into account Social Security. So it just does a really good idea. And kind of your trends in your spending. So if you're trying to see where am I overspending, on certain things, it can kind of help identify that because it'll break it out into, percentages and go, yeah, you're spending, $2,000 a month on restaurants, and that just means you're eating out a lot.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays, that might be common. And Casey kind of touched upon it. I mean, we have different financial planning tools out there. I love eMoney. eMoney is something that we don't have to have in our practice, but we've incorporated over 4 or 5 years ago before AI was the catchphrase. Right. But what I love about it is it can give you scenarios like, okay, if you take Social Security at 65, what is that to your financial plan and taxes versus if you take it at 67? And it's just a click of a couple of buttons. We have to have all the data, of course, but yeah, it's been great. And then I just think it's helped streamline things that used to take us on a spreadsheet in Excel days. So we're very adamant about that. And talking about time saving, I know so many people out there is poor baby. Advisors have all this time, but personally in my practice, I can't name the recording software or I have to pay them money, but I've been using an AI recording software in all of my client meetings. And I begrudgingly did it at first. My assistant did not want to do it. She liked the notes that I would take, even though she couldn't read my handwriting. But it has been great. It has come back with notes that are immediate within 5 minutes. It kind of tells you inflection points when the client mentioned this. We feel like this was something that was very important to them. I mean, physical human contact will never be replaced by that, but it has changed how efficient I'm able to send notes back to clients. What used to take a day or two is now taking 30 minutes after the meeting. Of course, we go through it and add our own notes, but that is something that has really helped us. It's helped us with a report generation. I've used AI for about a year and a half now on report generation software. So when a client has more than one account or they have multiple accounts and they want to know what the overall return is or what their overall portfolio diversification is.
Yep.
It's all in one report instead of me. What I used to have to do is, okay, you're 20% in stocks on this one, you're 40% in this one, overall you're 30% in stocks. No, it does all that for you. So it's really helped us do more hands-on interpersonal meetings, which I love, which you wouldn't think technology would do that, but that's what it's done for us. Scenarios. This is something that we were going to talk about. Casey, he does this.
This is great because, I mean, I definitely get a lot of clients who go, hey, what if we, have a rental property one day, and how does that impact with cash flow analysis, or what if we do have an inheritance that's unexpected? We just plug that kind of what if scenario in, and then rerun the retirement income plan, and it kind of gives us if this happens, then this is how this would look, or how this would allow you to retire this much sooner, or whatever the case may be, and it just really helps us identify this would be a great strategy, to go after, add in a new goal, with as far as retirement income, or investment property, and having a passive income source through that. So
I, and I'm just a little bit off the subject, but I have to tell this story about AI because everybody now, the thing is ChatGPT. Of course, I've used it every now and then, but nothing like the younger generation. So a good example of this is I have a stepdaughter, and I'm not going to tell her name, but when she watches this, she'll know. She is literally cut and pasted discussion she's had via text. Now, guys, listen to me now. Women are already smarter than us, but good God, now they got AI to decipher what did my husband mean when he said this? What should my reaction be? I'm like, man, I'm arguing with a robot. But it was really good. But a perfect example is this. So funny. Love her to death because she's so smart. But she got in an argument with AI, ChatGPT. She asked ChatGPT if there's sugar in milk, in whole milk. She's like, yes, there's 2% because she has a new baby. Didn't want to give her sugar. And ChatGPT said, no, there's no sugar in whole milk. And she's arguing. She's like, yes, it is, blah, blah, blah. ChatGPT, no, ma'am, here's some. And of course, she's arguing. ChatGPT can scour the entire internet, but this is her, and I love her for it. So she's going to be so embarrassed when I tell her story. She takes a picture, kid you not, takes a picture of the milk
ingredients,
and she says right here, and it's kind of smudged. She says right here, it says 2% or 2 grams of sugar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what she read. ChatGPT comes back and goes, no, that is a smudge on the label. It's 0%. Zoom in. I'll be daggum. She zooms in and goes, how the heck did and it was like that. And it's like, girl, so my point is,
my goodness.
That's just one thing of a funny ChatGPT story, but AI is here. It is here to stay. If you are not getting acclimated to it, or if you're afraid of it, or if it's something that you think is going to take over the world, I have news for you. It is taking jobs. It is taking some service industry jobs, but it is also something that is helping the world become more efficient and hopefully helping all of us maybe have a little bit more time at home instead of working 50, 60 hours a week. Maybe it helps us become more efficient. So it's just like .com 25, 26 years ago. Everybody thought the internet was a fad.
Yeah.
This is not a fad. It is here to stay. One thing that I've seen is AI fraud protection. I wanted to talk about that because we've had a podcast about fraud. We're noticing that banks and securities custodians like Fidelity and Schwab, they're monitoring. They're using AI to monitor for fraud, meaning if they see more withdrawals than normal. I can't look at every withdrawal for every account that we have every day, but they'll sit there and send a red flag. Hey, they've done 400 or 30 different withdrawals and they normally take out 3 withdrawals a month. It'll automatically flag it. So I think those are things that are helping where the human eye can always catch, but AI can run through millions of accounts and catch things like that.
And and with account security, if you have an iPhone, I'm not sure if Google Pixel and all that does it as well, but you got Face ID, and then voice biometrics that are coming into play for certain accounts. Like or you have a phrase that you have to repeat when you call in, or what. I mean, there's all these different things because it can understand the tones of your voice and different, inflection points and what a security phrase that you might say. So there's all these different things that are happening to kind of help with, preventing scams and things like that. So it understands, your behavioral analytics and all. I mean, it's just kind of crazy, some of the advancements, but I think it is going to all help with this, identity fraud and theft and things like that.
It's definitely. And I had one of the things, but I wrote down, but I have to read it here, is AI can flag potential elder abuse. So what they have now is if a client has never taken out more than 2,000, all of a sudden they take out 5,000, we automatically get a call from back office because AI will identify, hey, that's larger than a normal withdrawal. What's this for? And I get clients all the time. Well, Michael, this is my money. I should be able to get it whenever I want.
Yeah.
You can still get it, but we need to make sure that, okay, hit 2 twice if you're being kidnapped right now to make sure that we don't send the money out. But AI flags it before we've even sent in the request. All we have to do is put it in a computer and it automatically sends a request to the back office. So one thing that I really wanted to hit upon was AI in investing, because I hear this all the time. AI is going to tell you when to buy a stock. AI is going to tell you when to sell a stock. Okay, sure. Okay. But what still drives stocks? What still drives markets? Unfortunately, if it was all math, engineers would run the world when it came to the stock market. There's a lot of behavioral emotions that go into market. Oh my God, my 401k is at 500. Now it's at 400. I got to get out. AI can't measure that. They cannot measure, not yet anyway. I hope not.
Yeah.
AI can only tell you inflection points and where they break in highs and lows, et cetera, et cetera. But they cannot tell a client, hey, you're at 400. Now's the time that maybe you shouldn't sell. Client's going to get out regardless because they're not going to always trust the markets. But would you talk a little bit about algorithms and robo-investing? I know this is the new thing that's out now.
I mean, these are kind of the low-cost strategies with, the algorithmic investing. You set a, 10 to 25 different, positions that you want. And, you're putting in money every month or whatever. And then it just looks to find like when's the right entry point and, all that kind of stuff. And we'll buy it or sell it, with the criteria that you've maybe, put in place on the front end of some of that stuff. But it also, you can auto rebalance your portfolio. And so if you only want 20% in a particular sector and that sector goes berserk over, a certain period of months, and then, but every quarter it rebalances that, or every 6 months, how, you can kind of set the criteria there, but it'll automatically do it for you. So all of those sophistications are pretty much already built into a lot of these, softwares, especially a lot of the do-it-yourself DIY, portfolio managers out there. But I mean, we definitely take a little bit more personalized approach with that. But we definitely use some of that to kind of understand, the rebalancing clients' portfolios and setting that on kind of a quarterly, auto deal for most clients when they enroll with us. And
AI has kind of helped me. I will say this is personally because I'm on conference calls. I listen to all these. Casey's about to go on a due diligence trip all the way up to Philadelphia to listen to fund managers. We do that. That's what we try to do to bring better information to our clients. And there's just something to be said about looking the guy in the eye that's managing a lot of money for a lot of different pension funds and then your own clients. But I like AI because it does sift through global news. It'll go through earnings. It goes through economic data, and it'll say, here's some trends that we're seeing. But again, it's not always 100% correct, but maybe it gives me some indicators of where I need to look. For example, we started looking at maybe dividend stocks not too long ago because some AI platforms were saying, hey, we're seeing some volume pickup in dividend stocks. So I'm not going to ever take the advice of AI as gospel, but it at least leads me in a direction that maybe would have took me longer to find just being on conference calls and different things like that. One thing that we had talked about is behavioral coaching. I'm still getting there. But we're guys. But AI has been used. Can you explain a little bit about AI and how it's behavioral coaching for people?
So it just kind of notices trends like where where you might be panic selling, market selling off, and you just go in there and you try to sell everything, it kind of will give you an alert warning like, do you sure you want to sell out of all of these positions? Because it's noticing that like this is not part of your typical investing strategy. And so are you doing this based off of emotions over facts? And so it will kind of catch that for you and just kind of give you a second check of like, do you really want to do this? And so those are some of the behavioral kind of factors there. But I think, we've kind of hit on this with different things. But Mike, I mean, what's the risks and limitations and kind of the human oversight that we need to have when it comes to AI?
I think I'm going to get my gray hair here. If you're 25 and under, this is what I've been seeing. And I've used this word already, but ChatGPT is gospel. What I have been seeing, and I think this is a huge trend going forward, we actually just talked about it at our meeting today, is that you have in Google, you have search engine optimizers. Okay, people pay. So when you Google best restaurants in Midlothian, that their restaurant is near the top. They pay for that. What I am seeing in the younger generation, and yes, I am in the older one, I'm in the 50 club, is that they are no longer doing Google search for top restaurant. ChatGPT, it's more of what they called answered engine optimization. So and it gives you one, maybe two answers, because the 25 and under just think ChatGPT is gospel. Heck, they're using it for their homework right now. They might as well. I'm kidding. Hopefully not. 2 girls in college, maybe not so much. But there is ChatGPT. I mean, not AI. I've been hearing at some of the larger universities, they let some of their students use AI for their papers. And then when these classes are so big, they have AI software. And I'm just hearing this. I don't have facts. Where AI software actually grades those papers. So wait a second, I'm paying for tuition for AI to grade AI? I mean, come on now. So that's kind of I'm all for it when it helps you get to the solution, but not giving you the solution. Yeah. But what I see as a big risk is people in that example, they're using AI as an end all. AI is a tool. It is not a replacement for human connection. It is not. You can't replace a relationship. You can't replace judgment. You can't replace empathy. Everything that we are God-given that makes us human is something that AI can never replace. What I mean by that is if you have a widow, AI might say you need to invest this way, this way. It's very, very much black and white. Yeah. You need to have the position of holding her hand, telling her we have all day. We don't have to invest right now. You need to be safe. You need to feel safe. These are things that we could do. I mean, that's just one example, but AI cannot replace that human touch, for lack of a better word. And I want to get into data privacy. This is an issue that I have kind of had, why I've been kind of not all AI focused. If you could kind of talk about that, Casey.
Yeah, no, I mean, using AI means that you are trusting, that software, the computer basically to have your sensitive data. And so having, good security and oversight on that is critical. And so we have, those procedures in place where we are, the trust but verify, deal, but we're, trusting the AI, but verifying, transactions, and doing that from our side of things as that human touch to make sure that the account security is intact there for everyone's accounts.
And I want to talk about, how clients could use it more responsibly. I get people all the time that come in with budget questions, et cetera. Or am I spending too much here? I, again, can't give you the name of the app, but if you call our offices, please follow, please like, please all the things on our YouTube page. But if you call our offices, I could give you some budgeting, but ChatGPT, AI budgeting software. Then it'll show you what they think. Okay, you're spending too much on your house. You're spending too little on this, or spending too much on going out to eat comparative to people that make your amount of income. Right. It's really neat, and it helps us with retirement planning. But again, we're going to wrap up with just AI is a second opinion, so to speak. Exactly. It is not the first. If you're using it as your first, maybe for restaurants, great. But if you're using it as something, I don't know, as retirement income for the rest of your life, I don't know if ChatGPT is the way to go. It's definitely the way to start, but it's not the end all.
Yeah, it's going to capture all of your quantitative data, your numbers and all that, but it's not going to take care of your qualitative data, your goals, your emotions, the family dynamics, the human element of stewarding what you've been entrusted with.
And I think if you could take anything from this podcast, is our willingness to embrace what's new.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it wasn't like I was just jumping down the halls. Yeah, you can't wait to use AI. But an advisor, you have to keep up with the times. You have to keep up with anything that can make you more efficient. This could be a CPA. This could even be doctors. This could be real estate agents. This could be financial advisors. Use everything you can that makes you more efficient to get you in front of more people that you can help.
Yeah.
So that's where I think it is a good tool for clients. It's budgeting software. It's things on how you use it to manage an account. But it is never, in my opinion, robo-advisors are great if you are 23 years old and you're putting in $200 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. But with that, any closing discussion points?
No. I think that covers that topic pretty good. I would just say, you'll never lose the human touch and the human need for in entrusting your wealth to someone that can kind of give you advice face to face and eye to eye over a robot.
And as a kicker, this entire podcast was AI generated. So no, from a real Casey and a Mike, thank you for watching Money Matters, Hill Financial Group. We're looking to have another podcast next week. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, follow, share, all the things. Thank you for stopping by and watching our podcast that was somewhat AI generated.
Thanks. See you next time.